Hi, Casey here from Top Form Design. We are going to go over the install of the new Generation 2 pivot by TFD. This is what you will get in your kit when you first get your pivot. You'll have your pivot, a 6mm wrench, hex key wrench, a 13mm end wrench, an 8mm sockhead cap screw, a nylock locking nut, and 3 washers. You will only need 2, but we give you an extra one just in case. Let's get right into it. We will start with taking off the monitor. First step is you want to remove the cable. There is a clip here. You want to pull towards you and out to get the clip off. These will pull right out. So you'll pull them straight out. Be careful. These are a little weak in here, so you want to be careful messing with your cables. You can just drape that down, and then you start moving the nylock and the 8mm screw using your provided end wrench and hex key wrench. If you have a different wrench, it works a lot better than that stamped wrench. If you have it's a 13mm or crescent wrench. Okay, once the nut's removed, grab the monitor and you'll slide the bolt out. Now, Peloton sometimes puts washers in between the arm and the actual bracket, so they will fall out, or you can try to catch them. We have removed ours. Set your monitor down on a nice smooth surface, whether it be a clean towel. You don't want to scratch that monitor face. The advantage of the new pivot style here is that we're able to determine our own torque and how we want to turn it. So it comes assembled like this. You'll remove the actual pivot head, and that's just fairly loose on there. You'll take the pivot head off and separate it from the actual body. And you want to attach now your pivot head to your Peloton monitor. You can use the same screw and nut that you have from your Peloton. Slide it through. If you can get washers in between, that's fine. You can. They're not necessary, but you can get the washers back in between. Sometimes the bracket gets a little deformed there. Put on a washer and lock nut and just snug it up. Just so it stays put. Now, we'll install the body on the actual bike itself with the provided screw, nut, and washers. You'll do a washer on the actual bolt itself. There's no front or back to this. So it just slides right over this arm here. Put it in the hole, slide it through. Washer and nylock nut. Tighten these up, snug them for now. Make sure your torque screw is loose and it slides right over this boss here. There, it's on. Now, before you use it, obviously you want to do some fine adjustment. Here is where you determine how much torque or how stiff you want it to turn. So if you're like me, I get up and I'm a little crazy on the bike, so I ride a little hard and I don't like it turning on me. So I like it a little stiff. And if you notice here, you have 2 rotations here. If it's hitting your bars, all you gotta do is rotate it back and then turn it. And then you can rotate it either direction you want. Or if you're doing an exercise in front, you can do it that way. Now, very important, when putting your data cable back in, you'll slide your data cable in like normal here. Attach your clip. Now with me, I leave mine dangling here because you want slack in it. So when you turn it, it's not tugging on those ports. You want to make sure there's slack in here. Now, if you do want to use your Velcro strap, just make sure you have slack like that. So when you strap your Velcro strap, you have some slack in it. So when it turns, it's not going to tug or put pressure on those ports right there. If there's any type of squeaking, you can put a dollop of olive oil, spray pan oil. It doesn't matter, just one little drop, and it'll last like 6 months. So if it ever does squeak, you can add that. If you have any questions, feel free to contact us, and happy riding.